What's going down, everyone? And if you're back, we're here for a new No Man's Sky update. Who would have knew? Sean Murray was very hard at work with Hello Gaming, just slamming some stuff out after last week's Beyond update. Now, as you can see, I already have the PlayStation already kind of pulled up, and I did dual overlays. I thought that'd be kind of cool, as you can kind of see where it's tripping out, where I noticed that there was a lot of bugs, and this is coming from the 2.5. So that's one of the reasons why I had that episode was literally just to stress test it, and anytime you get near a merchant, it started to bug out. There was multiple times where I noticed that the OS in general standpoints was just acting, I hate to say it, but like normal No Man's Sky during the early era of where they're pushing in these new patch notes. So as we get into newer drivers and newer updates that basically are occurring within consoles and in PC, we're going to encumber a lot of things like bugs. And I did kind of poke a little fun a little bit on that, but the camera angles need to be fixed among the actual menu blends, among a whole list of other things that we're going to get into, and we'll be able to pull up the patch notes that I've linked in the description down below that you can easily find on the No Man's Sky webpage. But if you want to read along, or if you're at work and whatnot, I totally understand. But let's go ahead and start our journey, and we're gonna go ahead and pop right over to the PC cam overlay, and here we are in Sean Murray's Patchatorium. So let's go ahead and start off with the very beginning. I'm gonna go ahead and zoom in just a tiny bit. I'll take off a little bit of the overlay. I shouldn't be that bad, and I just zoom up here next to No Man's Sky. So with it saying hello, this is basically them getting to the Beyond patch. I mean, so if you're coming here for the next, you gotta go a little bit behind, because this is the Beyond section. Just like Bed Bath & Beyond, this exists in the Beyond. But all hilarity aside, basically they've been listening to the feedback among everyone, and these are fixes that were released on PC over the last few days, which you can kind of see will end up coming into where you can go to Steam and other patch point relatables, where they will have like the actual physical warrants. Now, I wasn't able to find anything on like a 2.8. I was hoping I would be able to kind of pull anything up, but I didn't put a lot of effort into this either. Like, I guess in time constituencies and wanting to play this before they update it again, because I forgot how rapid fire they do these things, so I want to chronologue each individual one. So I think kind of just doing it one for one is kind of like an equality for patches. It's not like we're starving for the next patch like in Rage, where they're pushing stuff off, but that's another patch in another day that it will be updated hopefully next month. But what I'm getting down to is we're pulling up the bug reports, and I'm going to say that I noticed that my One Punch Man shirt and I are just a little too close to those fixes. So reducing the texture qualities if it causing out of memory errors. So if you're having like virtual RAM, I guess, setups, this is going to help out with any kind of crazy screens you're kind of getting or in the situation. Now, if you're not, again, down below, the link is there. You can basically hit that bug report and just file it to them. No Man's Sky is extremely good at patching their bugs in the very beginning, but you want to get on the train in the very beginning rather than the tail end, where they kind of close up and then they start concepting for the next round. I'm sure Sean Murray will probably have something by the very end of November, if not very early January. I mean, he's already working on something. But past that point is that it reverts to the non-device local heap in the low memory situation. Now, I'm not 100% too familiarized with that situation. That seems very tailored in a lot of like other, like, I guess, portions for like more PC bound, I would presume, at least. But maybe it's just something I haven't gotten into, because I've only been exploring a little bit of the iceberg of what the Beyond update is. There's so much. But it removed the misleading visions numbers from the main menu. So if we were getting like the whole point where the version didn't match in other situations where they weren't synced up, then that's been, I guess, fixed. And that might be a bug in a general standpoint that was causing a lot of issues, because when things are out of sync, unfortunately, they're not going to move in tandem. But moving past that unsynchronized situation of patch number and patch display, they fixed and prevented issues from the base owners. So that's cool. So maybe there was legacy issues. Hopefully people made saves, but hopefully it's just minor stuff and not a lot of heavy stuff like we did deal with in the Abyss and Next Era. Fixed for the fritters and crash related into the corrupt ship spot. That will be fixed now. You can actually get your ship slot. You're totally fine now. Fix the networking and the issues that could be caused by bad data to be synced between the ambient players. So again, these are a lot of the networking issues. That was what I was looking for, more of like the major portions of what they're going to be dropping in like the news. And then it fixed the max matching threading crash. So it's like if you were trying to get into the matchmaking and you weren't able to actually physically be able to get a hold of that, kind of like a Friday the 13th day one launch where you're like, what the heck is going on, guys? I just want to be, you know, Jason Voorhees. But yeah, as we get past that portion, the prevention of players in the lobby. So again, there'll be like more opportunities as they grow the online synchronization of their server with us and the No Man's Sky universe that we are all dwelling on, which is pretty cool. And then dramatically limited base building limits to allow some very large bases to load in more situations. Wait a minute, dramatically limit base building limits allows some of the very large bases to load in more situations. So I don't like the limits allow. Like, does it mean that they? I think what they're trying to say is that they dramatically increase the limit base building limits that allows some large buildings to load in there. Because I've had that where my base was just like completely breaking and shattering the boundaries of what was going on. So hey, if they fix it, cool. I'm like totally for that. And then don't let the VR player punch in the face. They're not allowed to use the weapons. I'm assuming that's an inside joke. That has to be an inside joke. Or maybe that's just the thing. The VR places where punches. Like maybe I don't know. Maybe I haven't played this on VR. I thought that was like more of like an inside thing. But that's pretty much our news for as far as like the patch notes. And as usual, I did link down below the cooler portion of what I had displayed on the animal taming. If anyone hasn't already gotten to that, it's pretty cool for as far as what they've been offering in No Man's Sky. But this is your boy MacGyver 7. I'm gonna go ahead and sign off and say, everyone, hey, if you hit the subscription bell, who knows? Maybe I'll take the One Punch Man challenge. That'd be crazy. I feel like, but I would have to keep my hair. That would be the challenge, though. That would be the ultimate challenge. But yes, all subscription humor aside, thanks for journeying along in this really fun ride, and I'm gonna go ahead and take a chance to get set up for this newer portion of what we've gotten available today that went live today, which is the No Man's Sky patch note driver of 2.07 in the Beyond Saga. So thanks everyone for staying tuned, and if you're new to the network, thanks for journeying this long, and if you've been returning to the network, cheers again for showing up in this like lovely invite to knowledge as we all journey into the cosmos and wonder what has changed. And this is your boy MacGyver 7th signing out and saying have a nice one.